Well, it's still morning at NTV, and this time I am coming to you from Lake Victoria Primary School here in Entebbe Municipality, Wakiso District. It's a beautiful morning, of course. The conversation still rages on schools, and we remember in 2015, government initiated a program to support teachers in saving and developing entrepreneurial skills to create alternative sources of income. And of course, this arose from concerns that teachers were being charged high interest rates by commercial banks across the country. As a result, of course, Walimu Cooperative Union Limited, a teacher-based savings circle, was created, and the government allocated, of course, 25 billion shillings to support teachers in alternative sources of income. Among them was, of course, entrepreneurship and many other ventures. As we speak today, there is a lot of debate conversation manifested from the parties, because it was supposed to be supervised by stakeholders, who among them is UNATU, among others. As we speak now, there is friction that is going within the two organizations, and we want to understand what really sparks this. Is the circle still progressing to the teachers' interest? To speak and give us more of this information, I'm joined by the chairperson for Walimu Cooperative Union Limited, which we are currently going to explore the conversation. And thank you so much, Mr. Navende Stephen, the chairperson, for joining us on Morning at NTV.
Yes, thanks so much.
Yes.
Good morning, viewers. I want to thank you so much, Ivan, for hosting me to NTV.
Yeah, we want to understand what is the ongoing friction about, especially between the circle and UNATU, who are supposed to be part of your overseers of these circle.
Thanks so much. I'd like to begin by appreciating government for having come up with this innovation to ensure that teachers can come up with the entrepreneurship skills to supplement on their salary earnings. Government gave us 25 billion shillings to teachers on government payroll, regardless of labor affiliation. As we talk today, we have various teacher labor unions. We have UNATU, the traditional union. We have ULITU. We have the Uganda Professional Teachers, Uganda Professional Science Teachers Union.
Yes.
We have the humanities and many other more information. So with the government, this money is meant to be given to all teachers regardless of their labor unions. However, UNATU is coming up with the condition that this money is for only UNATU and must only be given to UNATU subscribers. Something Walimu is objecting, and Walimu is in line with the Minister of Education and Minister of Finance. They all attribute to the same notion that this money belongs to all teachers. We managed to bring them back. So when we brought them back, they went ahead and they lodged a court case with the High Court claiming for a judicial review. That the decision that management took, or the body took, to bring back a management was illegal. So as we talk today, we are seeing court.
But I understand, I read it somewhere, that some of the money was misused. Some people from the circles, were picking money for political interest. Is that true? And if true, who are the people behind it? Because I'm seeing it's part of the friction that some people who do not want to pay the money back are the ones fighting. Who are those?
That is very true. A point to note here is that the General Secretary and Zadok Tumuhimbise forced management of Walimu to advance them 60 million shillings. That was in 2017 for their own political ambitions. Promising to pay that money very soon. However, can you imagine, since 2017 up to date, that money has never been paid back.
Is it what is causing friction?
Partly is what is causing problem, because whenever management tries to task them to pay back, then they bring issues of intimidation, harassment, and threatening them to be dismissed from their position.
And you also give a clarification, because when this money came, I understand there was even a channel which was created and some of, I think, 9 billions that was diverted to some other things. What does this point to, and how was it sorted anyway, if you can just respond?
Yes, true. There are some organizations that formed the circles and embezzled our money to a tune of over 13 billion shillings. But I'm very grateful to CID Chibuli and Anti-Corruption State House. They stepped in, and as I talk today, this money has been recovered. Chibuli recovered about 3.8 billion shillings from those thieves, and also Anti-Corruption State House also helped us to recover about 7.9 billion shillings. So they've really done us something really very good.
So if all these channels are being created to divert these funds, isn't that insecurity to the funds? What are you doing now to make sure that the funds are put in the right channels, the right people to use, so that it's not mismanaged along the way?
There are about 3 steps that we have done. One, through the guidance of Minister of Education, Minister of Finance, and Minister of Trade and Cooperatives, they advised us never to give these loans to individual circles, but instead we should find a way where money should be given direct to the teacher's personal account. So we have created an app called walimcoop.com, whereby now a teacher just goes to any smartphone, either in his home or at school, applies for a loan, and within 3 to 4 days, a teacher is allowed or it can access the funds direct to his or her own personal bank account. And whereby now recovery is at 100%.
And that's what I was also going to, that you have automatic deductions of the teacher's salary to recover this. But I understand you have over 10,000 teachers subscribing this. Are you seeing any progress in the teachers' welfare, perhaps maybe seeing what they're using the money for, some doing some small businesses and the rest?
Yes, there is a very, very big improvement because, as you may notice, there has been some calm down of strikes because previously teachers were going on strikes demanding for enhancement of their salaries. But since now they are being empowered to put up their own income-generating projects, I think they are being stable at school, and even the performance of education has greatly improved.
And you have also embarked on the move to increase on these numbers. What efforts are you doing to make sure that these numbers increase, because you have more than 10,000 teachers across the country? First of all, who is the person qualifying to be part of the circle? How do they do the process, and something maybe we wind up in a short time?
Well, any teacher who is on government payroll, regardless of any affiliation to any teachers' labor union, qualifies. And 2, we have put up measures of establishing regional offices where access to any information is now very easy. We have offices in Busoga, in West Nile, in Ankole, in Kigezi, name it.
Yeah. Okay, as we go forward, I think maybe you'll have a mitigating ground with the UNATU officials to see that this comes maybe to be resolved. But we want to thank you so much, Mr. Stephen Navende, for making time to speak to us this morning.
Thank you so much. And I want to assure all the teachers that please team up with us for our own good economic development.
Well, Stephen Navende is the chairperson for the Walim Cooperative Union, the teachers-based saving circle that is looking up to empowering and creating alternative sources for teachers away from their salaries that they earn. This is an initiative, I earlier said, that the government initiated to make sure that teachers can also have alternative sources of income, but the friction which is going on is not healthy for the teachers. We hope that the two parties will have a very good mitigating ground and we see all this run. For time reasons, you'll let us leave the conversation here. Very good morning to you, our audience.
Thanks so much.